Briggs.
Hey, Dodson. Ooh, this is going to be a fun one
today.
Are you
excited for an entire... Thanks for your sweater, Heather. I'm freezing.
Heather? Sweater,
you never
Heather?
heard that? Like, whatever Heather and sweater Heather?
Oh, yeah. No, I thought you were doing the whole Heather Locklear reference again.
Oh, I'm done with that.
Okay, good, because I told you, the only reference there is her drunk mugshot.
No mugshot with filler for you.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm excited to do just like the whole WTF episode. This is smart.
Yeah, because I feel like when we kind of thought about our WTFs for the beginning of some of these shows, we just got backlogged. Like, there's so many that happen.
Well, we have to choose sometimes.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. So now we have such a list compiled that we decided to just make a WTF show, right?
Every time there's enough to like fill a whole piece of paper with it, then we'll just make it a show.
Yeah, why not? Because seriously, the whole thing is, the whole world right now is just such a giant...
the world is one big WTF.
But there's so many WTF subcategories in our personal lives that...
Well, we had them already before the world closed and COVID became a thing and people were quarantined and fucky and everything.
Oh, yeah. No, this is just an enhancement.
Yes.
Yes.
So, to the enhancement.
To the enhanced list of WTFs.
May there always
Cheers.
Be plenty and... or not.
And bourbon. Oh, okay.
Speaking to the bitch and bourbon.
The bitch and bourbon.
I'm going to go first because I have more than you.
Yes. You have a whole bunch, and I can't wait to hear them because they always make me roll. Your WTFs are so good.
Sometimes they're so absurd. I mean, sometimes it's too much. They're too absurd. I'm like, do I need all of them?
Sometimes it takes me, like, even by the time I get home, because we don't talk about this beforehand, like before we record.
Well, no.
So I don't know.
And then you go home and you're like, God.
Sometimes it takes me the whole ride home and then the whole next day to process
How is
your
Dodson okay and smiling when that shit happened to her?
How is she upright? I don't know. Oh my God.
So the first one is more kind of just like funny, impressive / really? Mm-hmm. So MK's sleep is all over the board. Mm-hmm. One day she was up all night and then slept till 4. But then this one morning she was like, I came downstairs and I was like, there's a jewel bag on the counter. Why? Like somebody already at the grocery store. I mean, I wasn't asleep that long. Somebody already went to the grocery store this morning or last night. Mm-hmm. It was MK. She came downstairs and she's like, I didn't have one of the ingredients that I needed for my smoothie, for the vegan...
The Vitamix.
For my morning mush. She got on her bike and...
Did she ride to the Jewel over by my house? Oh, damn. She crossed railroad tracks and everything at 5:30. Is this right?
Yes.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, you did? I'm like, well, I guess...
Are they open that early? Are they open 24 hours?
I don't know. Apparently.
Okay.
I mean, she can go on her phone and see that they're open.
Okay.
I'm like, well, okay, what'd you do with your bike? This is the part I thought that was the funniest. She's like, well, I hid my bike in the bushes and darted across the street and got the stuff. And then she put it on her handlebars. Drove her frozen mango home to make her brown mush. I'm like, well, you are devoted. God
it just makes
bless.
me picture the Wicked Witch on the bike and the Wizard of Oz riding home.
My pretty. I'm like, this is WTF, and I'm proud of you all in one. I'm just staring at her like...
You're like, could you have picked up some extra stuff on my list on your way? I'm going to buy you a basket next time so you don't have to put it on your handlebars.
She was proud of herself, and she's like, you taught me to use my life skills. See, my kids swear, but they do life skills, so...
Okay, well, as long as they're doing it while saying the F word along the way, then you win all around.
Drive yourself to the grocery store, okay? And
well...
All right, I checked off one of mine.
So, do I go now?
It's your turn.
We're
just taking turns with the WTF list.
Okay, well, you were complimenting... makeup and stuff like that earlier, and like we wish that we had a makeup person, right? I mean, we would probably look a whole lot better on camera
one day,
yeah, but for now it's all us. And I have, what in the actual hell is melisma? Have you heard of this?
You just said that to me yesterday and I don't really know.
Okay.
Did you get diagnosed?
No, but I have to go to the doctor because I have a mustache.
No, not really.
You can't see with these bright lights on me that I have a dark and it's
a
not
mustache.
hairy.
It's
not a hairy stash. It's not a hairy stash. No.
So a shadow.
It's
rather
a pigmentation.
Just right here.
From
barely.
Stop being kind, Dodson.
I'm not being kind. The way you're describing it is like another eyebrow. And that is not what I see. I see a shadow.
Knock it off. Bill's like, I saw that stash as soon as she walked in here today, as soon as I put that light on.
Wait, is it
Bill's like, are we going to address this problem?
Is it when you lay out that it gets darker?
Okay, so I didn't really notice that I had it for a while, and then like one of my kids said to me,
well, they don't know anything.
Randomly, one of my kids said to me, so...
What did they... Wait, who said it? What did he say?
So...
Mom.
You totally have a mustache. Now, my kids don't swear, but they're honest and they don't know when to shut the fuck up either.
Wait, did he say mustache?
Yes. And I was like... Oh,
wait.
Oh, I've never...
It's a prepubescent mustache because they don't have any hair yet? Is that what he thought?
No, he just said you have a mustache. Like, and I was like, oh my God.
There's no hair.
No, it's not hair. So it's not that. But like when you look at it, it's like a pigmentation thing that is on your lip right here.
Just right here.
Turns darker. Right. If you've been in the sun... In the summer, like I don't see it on my face in the winter.
So that term melisma refers to only this zone.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I'm new to the whole thing.
So when he said, "Hey, Mom, you have a mustache," did you Google women with mustaches? What made
No, I went in the mirror and I was like, well, shit. I got my like close up like magnified mirror.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't have. You know how women get their upper lip waxed?
Yes.
I've never had this done, right? Ever.
Okay, so it's not a mustache.
No, so when I go to get eyebrows waxed or facial or anything, I've never been told, because if you go to one of those Vietnamese places, they'll be like, oh, you need your mustache. Like, you need that done. Like,
I get the corners done every now and then.
Yeah. They'll be like, oh, you need to add this onto your services today. And I'm like, so I've never been told that before.
Oh.
So... And whenever I've looked at myself in the mirror, I've never noticed that I've never shaved my mustache. I've never plucked a mustache. I've never had a mustache. But it's this pigmentation. And now other people are noticing it. And I'm like, it's a huge what the fuck. Like all of a sudden I have a mustache. And I don't know what to do about it because it's not something you can wax off. It's a pigmentation of my skin. So I'm walking around like Charlie fucking Chaplin. And I can't do anything about it. What do you do for melisma?
I don't know. I have no idea. How did you even find that name?
Because I looked it up.
What did you Google? Oh my God, I have a mustache with no hair in it?
No, I didn't. I talked to my sister, who also has melisma. Now, this is coming back to bite me in the ass, but... Some years ago, my sister had moved, and she's younger than me. She had moved to Atlanta for work years ago. And when she moved to Atlanta, she's like, I have an Atlanta mustache. Like, I got a mustache when I moved to Atlanta. And I was like making fun of her constantly because, I'm the older sister that gives her shit, makes fun of her all the time. And so she's like, so I have a mustache. I'm like, well, you sure as shit do. And I used to rip on her.
So this is the one that you called?
Yes.
You called her and you're like, well, now I have one.
She goes, well, that's called melisma.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, she's like, that's what I had when you used to make fun of me that I had a fucking mustache. And I'm like, all right, I guess I need to see somebody about my mustache problem. I wish it was hair. I wish I could just wax the shit right off.
No, you don't want a hair like that. Well, you're too young.
I don't, but...
Do you have one of those light masks?
No. What's that?
The LED light?
No.
Oh, I do.
Would that help my mustache? Because otherwise I don't care.
It's supposed to, I mean, it helps everything.
You're looking at me, you're like, I can kind of see it. Like, can you turn to this angle?
It helps everything. You choose the color of the light, and it does. I do the red for the anti-aging, but there's one for hyperpigmentation. There's one for acne.
Okay.
It's a magic mask.
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
But when my sister told me the term of what that condition was called, then I looked it up. So, I have to figure something. I have to go to a dermatologist or something.
It's only here, though. There's nothing.
Here. I don't have it anywhere else.
That's weird.
Just a mustache.
Well, may it soon go away then.
I wish I had a big brown spot on my forehead. So,
is it the thing, like, as your tan fades, then your mustache fades?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I hope you get better soon. I don't want you to have that. Here.
Who would want that? So
nobody.
No, but then my friend, we were out one night in my neighborhood, and my friend was like, "Oh, I have melisma," and I looked and I'm like, "Oh my God, me too."
Where was hers?
It's the same.
It's that
the
spot.
Mustache. A lot of times you don't notice it on somebody unless they point it out to you, and you're like, "Oh, yes."
You're like, "Oh,
there
right.
it is. There it is." So yeah. What the fuck? I have a mustache. That's one of my WTFs today on my list.
It's fair enough.
I mean, who wants to have that?
Nobody.
I need to figure out a solution.
It's just going to fade.
What if it doesn't?
I can barely see it. It's going to fade. You're fine. You're fine.
I have makeup on.
Don't lay out in the sun anymore. It's bad for you anyway.
I don't lay out in the sun. I just happened to be out in the sun a lot in the last
Put sunscreen on it.
I do. I wear sunscreen all the time.
I don't know.
Yeah. Then. Sorry.
Face shield. Mask.
I'm just going to wear a mask. Ooh, that's my next WTF is about a mask. But
okay.
Your turn. Do you have a mustache? No.
I don't
you're
think
good.
so.
No, you're good.
I have other problems, but not that one. Okay. I have this little mini short list on all of the things that MK's judgmental about.
Oh, yeah, the daughter judgmental of their mother, yes.
Well, because now she's on this whole, social activist high horse, in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through them because it's everything. I can't do anything.
You cannot breathe.
Without, my God.
Right.
Okay, so Brian got some new iPad piece of shit, whatever thingy for working at home, and it came with a pen. Well, the pen arrived at the house separately. So he's opening the package, and of course, he's like, new toy, check out this really cool iPad pen that goes on whatever screen. Who gives a shit? Well, she does. She's like,
yeah.
Oh my God, are you serious? You had to have, it's not enough that you just have an iPad. You have to have an iPad that requires a pen, and you have to buy the pen. And I can only imagine how much all of that costs. And you have all of this stuff and, magic pens that write on screens and everything. You don't just seem to care that there are kids in Yemen that are starving to death while you open your new pen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yemen?
Is that how you say it?
Yes.
That came out of nowhere. The only reason why you have time to lie around all day long on your fancy iPhone and read about kids that are hungry is because your dad has a pen to work with. I'm like, wow, okay.
They do not make that connection.
I know.
For some reason.
And the ignorance is adorable. It's adorable.
I think it sucks. I don't think there's anything cute about that ignorance. I've had it with that.
Well, her Insta story is one thing after. Fine. Okay, clean your room. Okay, so I'm not doing that well in the COVID world because I just need to get out of the COVID world. I'm not meant to be here. I'm misplaced. I should live on a different planet or back when we churned butter and milked cows. I'm not doing well in this world at all. So I was saging. I'm like, maybe I can just say a mantra and throw smoke around the house and
woo-woo.
And pretend that it makes me feel better, right? May the good light in you, whatever. Okay.
How'd that work out for you?
MK says to me, well, she opens it with, I don't mean to judge. I'm like, oh, fuck.
And here comes the judgment.
I don't mean to judge you, but I really hope that you understand what you're doing right now with that sage, and that you have done your research and that you have the proper respect in place, because that is a traditional Native American herb that you're burning, and I'm certain that that's not part of your culture and your religion.
And you stood there and listened to that whole sentence without, like, keeling over,
So
sticking a fork in your eye?
Forks and eyeballs, that's my religion. So I'm like, okay, what is
Because that was a really long run-on sentence that she said to you.
What's my point of defense here? Do I tell her how well-informed I am and then this is a long-time practice of mine that I have properly researched? Or just shut her up by telling her that my grandmother is partly Native American? Or remember that
worry about yourself, bye.
That I'm never, ever, ever abridged, and give her the whole story until she's sick of hearing me talk. That's what I did. Option C. I just rambled on and on until she was like, never mind. I just didn't mean to judge. I'm like, okay, I can keep talking if you want to.
While you're, like, saging around her head.
Blessings for you. Okay, so
God.
So my spine tattoo is Tibetan calligraphy.
Okay.
So then I got it for that. Again, I don't mean to judge you, but I just want to make sure that you understand the importance of making sure that your tattoo, which is already fucking there, is not you doing cultural appropriation. Because it's Tibetan.
I'm sorry, I'm just biting a hole through my tongue right now. With my mouth locked shut. Oh my God.
Because I can't do anything without.
My God.
So I go into this whole thing on how it's significant for me and what the Tibetan readings meant to me and the blah. I just blah, blah, blah. She asks for it, so I just talk until she's like, okay, you're cool. I'm like, I know.
Where do you find the energy to respond? I don't know. Because I know she doesn't come at you with these things planned. So this is a random.
It's random. So, like, I'll walk by in a tank top and she's like, ooh, that tattoo.
Right, but then you have to have this whole
I'm
intellectual
not
comeback?
Oh, I do have to have all of the intellect, yes.
Oh,
well, then she's like, oh, what were those Buddhist readings that you read? Can I be a part of that journey? Can I have the books? I'm like, sure, I'll drop them off at your pigsty bedroom for you.
Oh, my God.
Gross.
Oh, my God.
At least I don't have dreads anymore, right? Then I'd have something else that she could accuse me of a cultural. Is it appropriation or misappropriation? Whatever.
Whatever it is, it would be something that she would rip on. And it would be something that she would definitely need to teach you a lesson on because at 45 years old, I mean, you need to be schooled on these things.
I know. Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't matter because I could be like super frumpy and whatever, and then she would have that to complain about.
Well, of course. I know.
So,
no, you won't win. So as long as you are completely okay with the fact that you're not going to, I mean, not saying that you're not going to win, but just that
I'm not.
That this is going to happen and
she'll be on me and critiquing everything and making me prove my case over and over.
That's exhausting.
Yep. That's why I need that magic light
I'm
mask.
I'm tired hearing this. Yeah.
Well, it's your turn.
So going along with some of the woo-woo stuff with our daughters, right? So I was looking at the kitchen table the other day and I'm like, what is that over there? This huge bowl. And I was loading the dishwasher, and so I was just going around grabbing all the random dishes that my pigsty kids leave all over the damn house. And I went over there and I looked inside the bowl, and it's a bowl full of peanuts.
Raw?
Yeah, raw peanuts. And so I was like, I wonder why this is sitting here. And no one's around.
Like,
nobody's eating them.
Not a snack bowl.
Not a snack bowl. It was like a big, giant silver bowl. And so I'm like, Christian, are you eating? And I know he doesn't like peanut butter, so I know he's not eating the peanuts. And I'm like, what's going on? Olivia comes down and she's like, oh, yes. Those are my peanuts that I am dehydrating to create my own vegan peanut butter.
Were they organic?
Yes.
Too?
So just leave it. Organic. They were planters.
Oh, ew.
They were planters.
Then they weren't even raw.
They were no salted. At least
Does Planters make raw ones?
I don't.
Maybe they do. It's a thing now.
I don't know, but I saw the thing in the garbage of where she poured it out from, and it said Planters on it.
Maybe she went to Jewel at 5:30 in the morning to get them.
Maybe that's the only time you can find the organic, raw, unsalted Planters peanuts. But anyway, I'm like, okay, so what are you doing here? What is this? Well, she was dehydrating these peanuts to make her own vegan peanut butter.
Right, I used to do that.
Well, of course you did. So this is not a WTF in your world, but it is in mine. I mean, here's the thing. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you want to dehydrate peanuts. Do it all day long. I don't care. There are 4 opened jars of peanut butter in my refrigerator.
Yeah, but she didn't make those.
That's why I'm saying what the fuck.
MK the other day, she's like, who threw out my cookie dough? I'm like, oh, I didn't know what that was. She made some vegan stuff and left it in a bowl. And I'm like, what is this shit?
I throw stuff out all the time.
I throw it away because it looks like shit.
It looks like barf.
Who threw away my vegan cookie
my
dough?
Tupperware?
Well,
yeah,
I did because it looked like someone's experiment. Okay?
I have to find out if they're talking to each other because Olivia and MK. I have to find out
everything the same.
If they're sharing
they don't wear
barf recipes.
So they
don't wear pants.
Create vegan barf. Ew, God, I can't with that brown mush.
I open.
Mom, do you want some? It's really good. I'm like, no, it's brown.
Yeah. And I feel so bad for Olivia's boyfriend sometimes because he's over and he's like this.
He wants Portillo's.
He wants a steak. I mean, he's like a football player. He's,
and she's like,
try my
chickpea chips.
Try my whatever bullshit that she's making. And try my tahini with this ingredient and that ingredient and my whatever. And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And she's like shoving the spoon in his mouth.
It's homemade.
See, this is the thing about you want to have a certain lifestyle and you want to be vegan or you have these ideals and you have this whole way of life and do it all day long, right? That's cool, fine. But when you're pushing it on other people and then when you're judging other people when they're not doing that, that's where I have a problem.
I just think MK's judgments about my choices are hilarious. I do. Because she's like me in my 20s, except I've actually done whatever.
I went through all of that in my 20s too.
I studied cultural anthropology. I know what misappropriation is. Like, I do not need my 15-year-old accusing me of it. Yeah. Thank you so much for caring and loving and judging me.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. I mean, one time someone said to me, like, I think it was Olivia or one of my boys. So when you were in college, were you in a sorority and everything? Because you look like you would have been in a sorority and like the head of the sorority or whatever. I was
Thanks.
I was like, sorority? I said, I lived in a hippie house of 12 girls. There was
You're like, no, I was woo-woo.
The centerpiece of our coffee table was a bong. Like, I didn't
woo-woo with
live in a sorority.
Please.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was like, Olivia, you don't need to school me. Like, I get it.
They're good at it, though.
I know, but
cute little blessings.
I know, but seriously.
Okay, my other one was the, so there's that, I did a TikTok with Frankie to that Jason Derulo song,
okay.
Savage.
Okay.
Savage Love.
Mm-hmm.
Cutest little time with Frankie. She taught me the dance. I still did it wrong, but she taught me the dance, and it's that cute little hip sway, and she would stick her little tongue out. You know, they do that. They make the weirdest faces.
I don't watch TikTok. I can't. Okay. TikTok is not my.
Okay, so I do this song with her, and I just think it's so cute.
Yeah.
And then I showed it to MK, and she's like, Mom, why would you TikTok to that song? I'm like, well, because Frankie asked me to, and it's really cute. Mm-hmm. And she's like, okay, obviously, like, you don't understand what's going on with that. I'm like, I don't know it. I've never heard that song in my life.
Please teach me the lesson.
Do you know about it?
No.
Okay.
I don't know this song.
So she goes into this whole...
But I can guarantee...
I
can guarantee you the beginning of that song, Jason Derulo sings his own name.
He does.
Of course he does.
We should do that. We should be like, Briggs and Dodson.
I like Jason Derulo, but I do not like when he sings his own name at the beginning of every one of his songs. It's like, we know who you are, motherfucker.
Oh, he does do that every time.
I can't stand that.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway.
I'm going to pay attention to that now. Jason Derulo.
That's what he does every time. Like, shut up.
I'm back.
We can see you in the artist name.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember in You Can't Buy Me Love when, is it Ronald? He's trying to learn a dance.
Donald?
Donald.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the African anteater ritual.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And he copies it from some ridiculous,
from like
PBS.
the African. He thought he was watching American Bandstand,
Yes.
but he was watching some African
Right.
dance ritual.
Okay. So apparently, according to MK, I don't know a thing about this.
Okay.
Never have I even heard of this song or anything in my life. According to MK, Jason Derulo stole the moves to, it's like this and little hip sway, stole it from some tribe somewhere and misused it without respect, cultural appropriation. Now it's this big hit, but he never gave the proper credit or money or whatever. So she's all the way up my ass about doing this song. I've never heard of the song. I've never heard of Jason Derulo going to some land and stealing a song from a
MK, it's time to get a summer job.
Wait, I know. Clean your room instead.
Time to get a job.
Clean your room instead. Because mommy's never even heard of the song. I'm just dancing with your sister.
Andy's frozen custard is hiring.
But no matter what I do,
focus your mind on
I can do a cute dance
else.
with Frankie, and she's like, just so you know that song is culturally misappropriate. I'm like, oh my God.
Like, why can't I just do this for 5 minutes without getting my, my ass
my
ripped
lecture.
apart?
I mean, I can't do anything.
No. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I would die.
The other day she says, did you like my TikTok? Which I hadn't watched. But then she showed it to me.
Were you like,
she's like,
did you know that TikTok
I should
that
do
you
it
did?
back
you should
to
just
her.
give it right back to her.
If I gave a shit. She's like, do you like it? I'm like, not really. And she's like, well, I put all of your clothes back. It was that kind where they quick go, like it's made out of 7 different scenes.
Okay.
And she's wearing all my clothes.
Okay.
She's like, well, I put all your clothes back. Do you like it now? I'm like, no, I would rather you like play the violin or clean your room or something.
Bring your dishes downstairs.
Bring your dishes
That's
downstairs.
That's what I care about.
Because every day I hear, we don't have any bowls. Well, I don't have any bowls. Where are the bowls?
Rotting in the corner of your bedroom.
With brown mush in them. But
Right.
they're not being culturally misappropriated. So.
Right. Well. Oh my God.
But then
the
when
priorities.
But then she says to me when I say something like, play the violin, she's like, I'm so done with your generation. I'm going to start saying that to her when she judges me. I'm going to be like, I'm so done with your generation.
Yeah.
Judges.
That's the thing. All they do is go around preaching about judgment and
everybody who's doing everything
you
wrong.
do you and everything, but then they're the first
hate that
and
one
biggest judges
of all
hate. Time. I cannot handle it. I cannot. And they're, and I feel like we're the biggest targets as the mothers.
Well, of course.
I mean, like, just put a big red circle on my freaking forehead and shoot right at me because
I'm trying to remember
target.
if I was judgy like that. I might have kept it to myself if I
was a little bit, yeah.
But the stuff I judged was like my mom's fashion and stuff. I was like, nice try. But I kept it to myself.
That was mine too.
My kids don't keep it to themselves.
No, that's the difference.
MK says everything that she wants to say.
Listen, that's the main thing. We can't control what thoughts or judgments come into our heads, right? Like, we don't have control over thoughts. Where you have the control is if you have diarrhea of the mouth and spew it onto everybody. That's the difference in the generations.
I agree.
Like,
she says whatever she wants.
We could feel a certain way about our parents or our friends or whatever, and then it's like, whoop.
Right.
And these kids nowadays are just like,
Mom, you have a mustache.
Nice mustache, Mom. Or are you Dad?
God, these kids.
Oh, God, I'm dying.
Okay, check it off. Jason Derulo, it's your turn.
Okay, well, since we've just been making fun of my freaking face all day long, we'll just, have a really nice segue into the next one. Okay, so I was getting my roots done.
Just a touch-up.
Just a root touch-up.
Yep.
Earlier this week.
Looks good.
Thanks. And so, you have to wear the mask and everything. And you have to wear the mask during the process. Right?
Okay.
So she's doing the root touch up. And of course, like when she's doing
painting right there.
So the ear loops are like the hair color is like bleeding down the white ear loops of my mask. But whatever. I'm just sitting there and I'm looking at my phone while she's doing my hair, and I kind of use my hairdresser as a therapist.
Of course.
They should get therapist pay.
I tip well,
because they have to listen to
client.
all kinds of shit. Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah. I tip them like
I'm the
rock
worst
stars.
to the girl that does my face, though. My esthetician hears all of it. Poor thing.
Oh my god.
I know. I feel bad. Sorry, Elena.
You're like, I like early sex right now.
I'm like, could I shut my damn face long enough?
She's like, here, let me inject near your mouth so you're frozen and you can't talk to me anymore.
No, not my Botox girl.
Oh, sorry.
The girl that waxes my mustache.
Oh, well. You just told me you didn't have a mustache.
I told you, she does these corners.
Oh.
But I can't shut up long enough. Like, she's putting the wax on. I'm still like, blah, 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 blah. My life is so hard.
Well, yes, they could blow dry my hair this time.
Oh, good.
Well, okay. At the particular salon that I go to, unless you book a blowout after your hair color,
for God's sake.
Otherwise, then you have to blow dry it yourself.
That's your fault. You go to the one where it's a la carte.
So, but I've been going there for over 20 years, so I'm just used to it.
Okay.
So, I'm wearing the mask. I get the color done. It's all done. She washes it out. I still have my mask on. She's like, do you want to blow dry? And I said, well, yeah, if someone's available. Well, no one was available. So I actually had somewhere to be. And then my kids are blowing up my phone. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stand here and blow dry my hair for the next, 20 minutes. I'm out of here. And so I blow dried it for like a second just so that I could stick it back up in a ponytail at their little station. Yeah.
Hate that thing.
I do too. But
plus everybody can see you. It's out in the open.
Out in the open. Oh yeah.
Hey guys.
And usually
just blow dry my hair with the mask on.
Right. And usually there's people right behind you laying with their heads back in the tub getting their hair washed.
Even better.
And you're blow dry. You're like blasting those people with hot air. I hate it. But for some reason I just keep going back. Whatever.
You do you.
Exactly. So I get in my car afterwards and I just, I just kept the mask on.
Thing off. Oh, you kept it on.
Well, not in the car, not driving in the car by myself, before you choked me to death. Yeah. No. I got in my car and I ripped it off, right? And I went to the store. And I just have my hair back in a wet pony or whatever, and I go to the store. Put the mask back on when I go to the store. Whatever. Take the mask back off when I come out. And I was walking to my car, and someone was like, okay. And I was like, well, what the hell are you looking at me like that for? And my hair is still damp? Like, what the hell? Mind your own freaking business. A stranger. Yeah, it's in the parking lot of Jewel.
Should have driven your bike there at 5:30 in the morning. Right. Nobody would see you.
No one cares. So I'm like, well, what does that look for, lady? Whatever. Get in my car, whatever. Go to the pool because I was checking on my son.
Yours is open, lucky.
Well, it's semi-open. Yeah, you have to sign up for different times. They have a lot of regulations. Your pool's a lot smaller than mine.
It's also not open.
Oh, yeah. No, ours is open for certain times. But anyway, my kids are playing water polo and swim team right now. So good. I went to the pool. So I get home. I get my dog on the leash. I go walk over to the pool. Now, I'm not wearing my mask anymore, right? So I go... Now, mind you, I haven't looked at myself in the frickin' mirror. I usually don't. So I'm walking my dog. I go to the pool, and I'm just standing by the gate.
Well, that's why Chase had to point out your mustache.
Well, of course. Maybe I need to start looking more.
You need a mirror.
I could have a big giant penis growing out of my forehead, and I wouldn't even know. Somebody needs to tell me to look
into a mirror. God.
So I'm standing in the parking lot of the pool, and there's a bunch of kids coming out from practice, and they're all looking at me, and I'm like, what? They're like, hi, Mrs. Briggs. And I'm like, hey, how are you guys doing? How was practice? They're like, and they're like zooming off on their bikes as if they were afraid of me or something. And I'm like, not afraid of me, but they're just like, what a weirdo. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So my kid comes out, we walk home, and my kid's like, oh my God, what is on your face? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Dodson, I had hair dye, ear loop, lines across my face like whiskers painted on my face.
Oh my God.
Because I took it off, the color bled down. And it went like this, like brown, things like this. I walked around like that to like 3 different errands and nobody said shit to me.
Oh my God.
Except for, of course, my kid.
Like,
Yes.
you are a dumb ass.
Oh, queen of the dumbasses. Queen of the dumbasses.
I'm just gonna be a tiger.
Hey guys, how you doing today?
God. Cory, get a mirror.
Got it together, Briggs.
You're all plain-faced with these like Halloween whiskers going across your face.
With a mustache connecting them.
Mom? What? What's wrong? Whiskers?
I can't.
Oh my
Are you
God.
just for is it Halloween? Why do you have whiskers on your
And they
face?
were brown.
Stop it. It's not whiskers. It's melisma. No, like actual.
That other problem. Oh my God. How long were they there?
Hours.
No, like, could it wash off?
This is the other thing about the WTF. This is the other thing. So when you get that color around your face like this, they have a special solution that
I know they
put
do.
on
That's
a cotton
why I'm
ball.
asking you,
Well, I
like-
don't have that solution at home. So I get home and I feel like I'm Rachel on that Friends
Jesus
episode when her and
Christ.
Ross got married in Vegas and he drew on her face and they couldn't get it off.
Mommy's still a tiger.
I could not get it off.
I'm mad that you didn't give me a picture.
I should have taken a picture.
At least you would have seen what you look like.
The only thing I
you
wonder
know
if
what
I
you
have
can
it. Oh,
do?
you know what I have
You
here?
can turn these around and see yourself in them for
Yeah, but I
future
don't-
reference.
No, usually when I see myself on that, I'm like, I don't like that flip camera. No thanks. You know what I do have? I'm going to show you after this. I still have the mask that has
It's
the
all
brown loops.
That sounds amazing. Maybe you could give it to Colin. I'm saving one of yours, and I'm saving some of mine because I only want to do one more right now. I'm going to save these because we have to do another WTF show so I can laugh until it hurts again. So I tried to go shopping in the new world because of whatever phase we're in.
Okay.
Dumb idea. I'll never do that again.
No
I would
dressing rooms.
Rather,
right?
well, everything's all weird and fucky, but I'll just quick tell you the story of it.
Fucky. I like that word.
Yeah,
Do your
fucky.
kids use that?
No,
Oh.
that one's only
They're
for
going
me.
to. It's only a matter of time.
That is so fucky. I know. Mrs. Briggs had brown stripes on her face the other day. Speaking of fucky. Okay, so my car died in the morning. The battery wouldn't start. So of course I'm like, which one of you goddamn kids left the light on? Not me, not me, not
Yeah.
me. Wasn't me. I'm like, whatever. So we get it jumped, and I think it's fine that someone just left a light on or something. I don't think anything of it. So I took the 2 to Oakbrook, Frank and MK, because Frankie wanted an outfit for a party. And anytime the MK is like, oh, I want to help style her and be a nice big sister, I'm like, of course.
Let's just
do
build
that.
on that. Yes, for sure. Take advantage of that.
Let me just draw lines on my face really fast. So we go there, and it's 900,000 degrees outside,
Yeah.
including the humidity. So I don't know. I'm not up on how things are going because I don't care to give shits because I'm busy defending myself against cultural misappropriation. So we get there, and every store has a line. So we were going to go to 2. But I'm like, well, maybe just the one.
And
so
they're really long because everyone's standing 6 feet apart. Right?
yes,
Yeah.
and you have to wait until people come out and whatever. So we're in this long line.
Sounds like Amazon's a better choice.
Long line, and it's so hot, and we have the masks, and we're 6.
Oh yeah, because the line's outside of the store?
yes.
Oh.
Okay, so there's a woman in front of us, and when we first get into line, we're like 6 feet away from her, and she's way back from the person in front of her. Well, then the little family behind us is right next to us. So COVID world or not, I don't like when people are right next to me.
Oh,
So
I can relate
we start
to that.
like kind of, we move up like a foot or two away. Not because I really, I don't think I'm going to catch COVID from the outside family with a mask on that's next to me. I don't.
I just don't
But
want
I just
people
don't want
next
them
to me
by
in
me.
the first place.
So we're
Yeah.
moving up a little. And all of a sudden, the woman in front of us turns and she goes, and she doesn't have a mask. And she says, do you mind? I need my personal space. This is not 6 feet. And we're all just like, nobody even responds because we don't know what to say. Mm-hmm. So we're like, oh, okay. And we just scoot back a foot. So now we're right next to this family. But I'm like, okay, fine. So it's hot. We're grouchy. Well, then we go in the store and it's 20 at a time, but everybody's all on top of each other. Nobody's making no one cares. Mm-hmm. So outside, we're all regimented, right? Now we're inside. Nobody gives a shit. Then we go to pay, and I'm shoulder to shoulder with the other person paying.
Were you at Urban Outfitters?
Hollister.
Oh.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I
Same
don't
shit
give
show.
one shit, but I'm like, I just am mad at the absurdity of it, right? Like, you make us stand outside in this goddamn hell weather with these mask people that are all like, can you get away
And
from
in
me?
Hollister, you have to smell that cologne.
Well, and then there's no dressing rooms.
Yeah, right.
So I buy Frankie all the clothes because I'm like, well, we can't try it on, but we can stand on top of each other and lick each other while we pay.
And then you'll be back tomorrow to return the shit
Fuck
that didn't
that.
fit right.
No. I'm going to send it to Yemen so that Madeline can get off my shit a little bit. Okay, so we go to leave, and we're so hot.
Could you imagine me in that situation?
No, hydrosis.
I would have died. I would have just died of hyperhidrosis.
So we get to my car, and blink, nothing. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, God.
God
So you had a dead battery. Like it wasn't a light that was on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to call the OnStar. This is why I have it. So I call OnStar and, dick around this and dick around that and blah, blah, blah. Oh, we'll dispatch and blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to hear. And Madeline is like, I was thinking maybe I should get my belly button pierced. What do you think about? I'm like, could you just wait a second so I can hear? I have to hang up and call again. I'm like, can you shush about your piercing so I can hear the lady? I'm like, just a minute with the piercing. So I get the OnStar thing going, and I get the text that says, estimated time of rescue is between this 10-minute window or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I wait, and it's so hot. Mm-hmm. And no show.
Oh, excellent.
So I call, and it says on my phone, Charles will save you. I'm like, okay. Daryl, Charles, whatever.
Daryl. Where's Daryl?
Daryl, you would have been a better choice. So Charles never shows up. So I call the number that's supposed to be Charles, and some random woman answers. It doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Oh, hello, Karen. Can you please let Daryl know?
Right. Hey, Karen. So I'm like, she's like, oh, he's supposed to be there by 2:40. I'm like, well, it's 2:47. Is he on the way? Yes. I'm like, okay, I don't believe you.
Well, can you tell Dick to hurry up, please?
Let's go, Daryl. So I don't believe her. So I'm like, you know what? No. So I call back again. Now it's a totally different person. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are operating here, but no. I'm like, never mind. So I called Oakbrook because they have this service. So the guy is like, sure, we'll be over there to help you. Where are you parked? I told him where I'm parked. And he's like, can you pop the hood? I'm like, well, I popped it from the inside, did the lever, but I can't lift the actual hood. And I didn't try that hard because of my nails. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
yeah, because you have to stick under there and find the lever.
Can I get it? No.
Thing.
Didn't get it. So I'm like,
no, that's your job, Dick.
I can't lift the hood, Daryl, but I'm wearing hot pink pants. So just look for me.
Of course you are. Oh, God.
So, and that worked. They found me in the hot pink pants and drove out there. So the guy
How could they miss you?
The guy that drives out there first, I think he's going to park next to my car and hook up the cables, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, kids, get out of the way, close the doors. And he's like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just kind of like, so do you need help? I'm like, yes.
Nope, I just wanted to call you and talk to you today,
I just wanted you to see my pants really fast. So another one drives up, and he knows what he's doing. He's like, hey, you know, that guy's in training. I'm like, oh, that's cute.
Thanks for sending him.
So new guy, he's got it all in control. He's like, get her, you know, have her sign the waiver, whatever. I sign permission to, you know, hold no fault if they kill me, whatever. So I'm like, do you mind if I watch? Because obviously I need to learn how to do this for in the future with jumper cables. So he's really nice, and he's like, well, we don't use jumper cables because one year one of our guys hooked it up wrong and blew up the car.
Oh.
So now my two Frank and MK are like, are we gonna die? Oh my God. I'm like, you're not gonna die. It's fine.
Oh God.
So he just uses a booster pack instead, which I need to buy. So I'm supposed to go in the car and like turn it on when they do the booster and close the door, whatever. I'm following all the rules and it turns over and it's fine. So I go to lean out the window to be like, okay, am I all set? But before I can do that, this guy comes driving up fast, sideways across the parking lot, like no regard to any lanes or whatever, just flying up there to where we are in his silver Jaguar. Jaguar?
Jaguar?
Like Taylor Swift, how she says Jaguar.
I've never heard that. That's the stupidest.
No, people who own them say it like that. They say
Jaguar?
Jaguar when they own them. If you own one.
That's dumb.
But he has these stickers in it that are like, luxury car, 1999. Like, he obviously bought it at, like, the Jaguar CarMax. I'm like, bitch, you might want to take those fluorescent price tags out of your car. Because you don't look really luxury right now.
Yeah, I don't... Okay. Jaguar at CarMax? Okay, this guy... Daryl, go home with your Jaguar.
Oh my God, he was a Daryl. So he drives up, and I'm about to be like, am I okay? Are we cool? And the girls are like, we didn't die. Yeah. I'm like, can we leave? We're sweating. Like, I need to leave. He's like, excuse me, where's the Apple store? I'm like, bitch, these are not your mall directory people. These are security officers. They're almost police. Where's the Apple store? So the guy answers him. He's like, well, it's through there. You can go through Crate and Barrel. He's like, well, I can't wait in that line out there to get in because you have to wait in line to get in. I have an appointment at Apple. I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill you. It was my turn to talk, bitch.
Oh.
I can't wait in line I have an appointment at the Apple store. I'm like, I'm sorry, could you motherfucking wait a minute so I can leave? Oh my God.
By all means, let's all accommodate you, Daryl.
Let's all stop for a second, because Daryl has an appointment for his phone in his fluorescent Matchbox car.
He drives a Jaguar.
Oh my God.
We all need to stop what we're doing and accommodate Daryl.
So I just say, thank you so much. This is life at Oakbrook, right? Goodbye.
Sounds pretty...
The end.
On point, yeah. That's definitely what the fuck.
Yep. That's the end. We're going to save the rest.
Hashtag don't be a Daryl.
Don't be a Daryl.
There's the lesson in today. Yep.
Got it.
Cheers.